South Bend, Indiana. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. It's the Ole Miss Rebels and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you here in the booth, and Holly Rowe keeping an eye on all of the storylines down on the sideline. Holly?
Guys, catching up with the Rebels head coach, he understands that they are walking into a very difficult situation today. Their opponents have a big winning streak on hand, but so do they. He said, I believe that we can come and set the tone early. Look for them to be very balanced in their play calling, show why they've won these games 3 in a row, and really set the tone here early in the first quarter. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. The Rebels headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Left side, it's Graham. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Mobley. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
And these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired. But you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Carr. Out wide right, it's Porter. Across the 25, he's got room. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone.
And that is what a team of this caliber is expected to do, right? They've gotten the better number beside their name by all the metrics, by a talent standpoint, coaching standpoint. They're the superior team, and they just drove the ball in the first possession of the game, and they looked like scoring a touchdown and asserting their dominance.
From deep, it's Huff. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Looking to throw, it's Knight. Takes the easy one to the back. Makes the grab, and down immediately. He picks up a few. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Long way to go on second down. On the run, it's Overton. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Sells to run, looking to pass. Buying time to his right. Right side, it's Cleasecorn. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. From the gun, wants to pass. Gonna take a shot. And he makes the catch inside the 25. And that's where he'll go down. An explosive play moves the sticks.
Obviously, massive play by the offense, picking up a big first down on an explosive. But, David, third down defense, it's one thing to allow a first down, but you've got to make tackles. And you can't give up explosive plays like that. At the end of the day, it's all going to come down to fundamentals, and you know that is driving their defensive coaching staff crazy.
It's so frustrating. You want to be great on those boxes, right? You want to check those third downs. You don't want to give up explosives. Well, you just did 2 and 1. That's not good for this defense, right? They've got to control that third down a little bit better. They got to snatch some momentum back, and you got to tackle better, man. You got some opportunities to get guys on the ground. You got to...
Got some room headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And he added the extra point. So a drive there of 84 yards. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Making the adjustment.
Booster. Return.
Here's Carr to throw. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable in run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone and my rush can't get home. Pressure them.
Dropping back, it's Carr. Fires to the middle. He's picked off and he's thrown a dozen of them. Takes it the other way.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you know, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
They'll run it in the red zone. It's Overton. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Sells to fake. Buying a little time to his left. Might have gone into that slide a little early, and he'll be short of the first down.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
They stop him right at the line of scrimmage, bringing up 4th down. Touchdown, Rebels! And they take it in for 6 more points. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does, takes advantage of great field position.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Throwing, Carr. Out wide left, it's Graham. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second.
Break. Over.
Just going to keep it after the snap. And that'll be enough to give Notre Dame a first down.
And you see this so much in college football, man. Now, short yard situations, you give it to your QB, you get the extra blocker, and it's just really hard to stop, man, because he still is a thrower, and there's still that threat. But nice job being physical on the line of scrimmage by this offense.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Notre Dame. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have two teams playing so
intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the number one job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you. And I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent. He's making bad decisions.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
The fake wants to throw. Moves to his right. Got out of trouble and throws. Out wide right, it's Cunningham. Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down.
Let's not complicate this. My man is better than your man. Find your matchups and go get them.
Tight end now in motion. Now we got a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. Looking for space. It's Overton. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They're a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Looking for a man. It's Knight. A shot toward the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Fielded in the end zone. It's Mobley. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. So they were getting up against the play clock, and they don't want the penalty. They'll take the timeout here. They're down to 1 timeout left in the half. Carr. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding to the football?
They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Looking downfield, it's Carr. Fires to the tight end. He'll get a fresh set of downs stopped at the 31-yard line.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for this offense right now. They're trailing. They're going to be kicking off to open the second half. So they need points. They need to go tempo. Maybe that last first down gets them a little bit of confidence.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. From the gun, it's Mobley. 7-yard pickup on that one. Is now 2nd and 3.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Here's Carr to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Left side is Porter. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Takes the handoff. It's Mobley. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere, and sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Quarterback changing the play. Gets the back moving.
Hydro. Booster. Bubba.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Look out! No, he loses the ball after the huge gain. Defense picks it up.
And how about the defense here, oftentimes in these 2-minute type situations, you're just sort of in this prevent mode. You're trying to force the opponent to kick a field goal and not score a touchdown, but they're still being aggressive. They're out there still trying to make plays, and how about that effort creating the takeaway?
Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. They'll take the penalty and move them back. After that encroachment penalty, it's now 1st and 5. Looking to throw, it's Knight. They're all over him. Did the work himself. It's a fumble. Oh, and just like they drew it up, put it on the ground, fall on top of it, still get the first down.
And listen, quarterbacks run more nowadays, and we see more of it, but they do have a tendency, because they are a quarterback, to cough it up a little bit. But how about the man? He said, I got this, and jumps back on it, make sure he covers that thing up so he didn't make a bad play for his offense.
He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Drops back on 1st down. The screen, he can go! And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming. Ole Miss calls its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Picked up 5 on that last pass play, now it's 2nd and 5. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. And the Rebels come to the line in the hurry-up. Fresh set of downs going up top. Here comes the heat. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Taylor wants to throw. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He's going to run it. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, down the stretch we come on what's been a thrilling college football season. Week 11 filled with storylines. We begin with Minnesota taking on the ECU Pirates. And it's the Gophers with one of the truly dazzling offensive displays we've witnessed this season.
He's on the loose. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
You know, we just went to half, and we drew up all these adjustments and things we got to do differently and to take advantage. How about the special teams coming out to start the second half and setting the tone, taking the kick all the way back for 6. You don't draw it up any better than that.
And the extra point was good. Fielded in the end zone, it's Mobley. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now. They've got to find a rhythm.
CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
They'll send the back in motion. Throwing, Carr. Out wide left, it's Davidson. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
On the run from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They come out for the first time in this second half. The lead a little smaller than when they went to the locker room, and they'll try to answer here. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Between the hashes, it's Huff. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Rebels want to crank the tempo.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
It's complete to the left. And it seems to be a lot easier for the quarterback to find this guy than it is for the defense.
Yeah, and I think this is a guy, Reese, that you can split him out. You can feel comfortable getting the football as many ways as possible because he is one of those matchup problems. Linebackers aren't going to be able to run with him, so try to find ways to maximize that little guy's speed and athletic ability.
Incomplete, a 50-50 ball won by no one that time.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. They want to think this 3rd and 1 play over, and they'll use a timeout here. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Now staring at a 3rd and short from the 40. There he goes. He's at the 40, the 30. Seizing that open space, an opportunity all the way inside the red zone. They'll mark it at the 19.
That has got to feel good if you're this offense picking up that first down by running it because we know the struggles they've had this season, particularly on 3rd down. So to come out here, run the ball, keep the drive alive, let's see if they can generate a little bit of momentum.
Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need to push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
corners are walked up tight. Rush is on. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Third down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. Wants to throw. It's Knight. Looking to the big tight end. Complete in the middle. Makes a grab at the 6-yard line. It's 1st and goal.
There was no question on that third down where the quarterback was going. It was going to be a big play. He had the matchup he wanted. Fantastic route. Great separation. Looks the football in. It's a big explosive play for the offense now, setting him up in the red zone. They're looking to add to their lead.
No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a really big moment in this game.
Swarmed under 5-yard loss on the play.
Now listen, the defense won that play. As an offense here, the key, David, you can't go back-to-back negative plays. You got to be smart with the football here. Looks like you're going to have to throw it. You just can't force it. You got to make sure you're playing with that clock in your head. You can't take a sack.
And I think this is a situation where I spread you out. I get more speed on the field. I make the defense declare. I see what they're in, but I'm definitely throwing the football.
All right, you've now tried running the ball down here a couple times. It hasn't worked. What are you going to do on 4th down? Are you settling for a field goal? Or you've got a play in your back pocket to go get you 6?
They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. He splits the uprights. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Running inside, it's Mobley. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Snags it and he's open. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
He's changing the play. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. And the heat was all over him, and that's the way the 3rd quarter will wrap up with a big sack. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza.
Here we go. Ready. Level.
back in motion, try to clear the picture. Moves the pocket. It's Carr. Pressure in his face, and he lets him fly.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
Movement on the offense, and they'll lose 5 yards on the penalty. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move them back. Third down is coming. Now a little bit farther to go after the penalty.
Booster! Bubba! Go!
Carr. Still looking to his right. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And here's the third interception of the night. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Grabbed behind the line. It's Reed. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
To the air, it's Knight. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Makes the grab. It's Cunningham. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
A little bit surprising, not going to lie. You've got a big lead like this late in the game, and you're still throwing for it and being aggressive. But, hey, man, it's working. And if it's working, keep calling him, I guess.
Going to the run, it's Overton. Shakes off the defender. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
Left side is Huff. Touchdown, Rebels. And the pummeling has started. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. He'll bring it out. It's Mobley. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Here come the Irish back on offense. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. The sure hands, it's Porter. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. Here's Carr to throw. Shoots it to the left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Here comes the 2-point try. Looking for a man, it's Carr. Out wide left, it's Porter. He'll make his way in for the 2, and now they're down by 16. He'll bring it out. It's Huff. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. First play of this drive. Lofts one high and deep. Makes the grab on the right. All the way across the 50 into plus territory and finally stopped at the 43. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to throw one first. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. Got room on the return. He's at the 50. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started.
95, 96, Brent, ready?
Throwing, Carr. Bought a little time, lets it go. Out wide right, it's Porter. And he stopped, brought down at the 18. It'll be enough for the first down. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback signaling to his guys. They'll take the penalty and move them back. You give away 5 like that, it's hard enough to make first downs. 1st and 15 here.
Here we go, ready? Hydro. Slash. Right.
Looking to pass, it's Carr. A shot for the end zone. Grabbed along the sideline. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down.
Sweet.
Back to pass, and he'll have to push it downfield. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Carr. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Had nowhere to go with that one, had to just throw it away. A wise decision to keep the field goal in play.
Well, this situation in the game, trailing with not a lot of time left.
Now, the offense is still out there. They're taking a gamble here. They could come up empty by passing on the field goal here on 4th down. Fourth down, Carr. Lets it go to the end zone. And he's got it for a touchdown, so hold on a second. They're not dead yet. In fact, they're suddenly feeling much better. So, guys, that touchdown was huge, but they have to get the 2 here to make it a one-possession game. Looking for the edge. The pitch.
No, he's short. And I tell you what, the QB, you see down this area, it's so short. You only got a couple yards you got to get. He thought he could get it, went downhill, tried to get there, but the defense says no, sir.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Keeps it on 1st down. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. On the run, it's Overton, driven back. Notre Dame will now use its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. They get him stopped, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. The Irish use their 3rd and final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. Taken down right away. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. It's a long shot, I know, but you have to keep fighting till the bitter end, Jesse.
But they call it a long shot for a reason, because they've still technically got a shot. I know it's not great, David, but let's see these guys fight to the end.
It's not great, but keep fighting, keep spinning that pill around. Use every second on this clock to try to get this game as close as you can.
Making the adjustment on the play. Carr lets it fly deep downfield. And he's got it, a late touchdown. Probably window dressing, but still a sliver, albeit very slight. The AT unit on the field. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
And you're just waiting for that right bounce, that right skip for that ball to get 10 yards to try to make something happen and make a miracle come to fruition. And, Palmer, it's not going to happen. The defense's hands team, they were ready, they were dialed in, and they get the football back.
Yeah, they fall on that one, David, and they can breathe a little bit easier now. But let's be honest. I mean, in college football, we've seen crazier things happen in these types of situations. The ball takes a crazy bounce. There's always a chance. You got to give the receiving team there a lot of credit. The hands team gets it done, and they win the game.
They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals, and usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a bowl is always sweet, and this team's eligible now.
I know the coaches are really happy about this, the AD and the fans, because they know what it means for the program, right? You're going to get those 15 extra practices at the end of the year to help develop young talent. Looking ahead to next season, but that's next season. There's still a lot of football left to go this year. Let's just see how good of a bowl game they can get to.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.